This is the Phillies Postcast, your instant game reaction for the Philadelphia Phillies. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hi, everybody. So usually when you give your starting pitcher 5 runs of run support, and you're leading the game 5-0, you generally speaking, you hold on to that win. You don't have a mega blow-up inning and walk 4 batters in that inning and then, just for extra added pleasure, give up a grand slam. Generally speaking, you want to stay away from doing that, allowing a 6-run inning. You generally want to stay away from that. But Jesus Luzardo just couldn't help himself. And look, I do understand there was some help in that inning. JT Realmuto, Bryce Harper, really can't blame him. I don't think he would have got there. Jesus Luzardo's pointing at a ball that drops in that would have been, the ability to get out of that inning. And instead, a 6-run 5th inning, and the Phillies fought back. They fought. They kept fighting until they just ran out of serviceable pitchers. As great as the bullpen was tonight, ran out of serviceable pitchers pretty much, and had to take the L in a game where you led 5-0. In a game where you hit 5 home runs, you let this game slip away. Especially, what stings a little bit more here is that the Angels just got swept by the New York Mets. So now your Phillies are the second-place Philadelphia Phillies, a half game behind the New York Metropolitans in the NL East. Now you only got the Yankees to face. That'll be fun. That'll be fun, right? That'll be a great time. We're all going to have fun. We're all going to have a great time with the Phillies and the Yankees, who aren't the juggernaut that they've been, but against the Phillies, they might return to that form at Yankee Stadium. So that'll be a great time. Welcome in. This is Locked On Phillies Postcast on the Locked On Phillies YouTube channel. My name is Mark Farzetta. It's great to have you along for a late night ride approaching 11 o'clock for the live taping here. It's nice to have you along here. 3 big things. Number 1, let's just talk about the player of the game in a negative.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
So, Jesus Luzardo cruising along, having himself a real good time pitching for the Phillies tonight. He was amazing in the first 4 innings of this ballgame. First inning, 1-2-3. Second inning, 1-2-3. Third inning, 1-2-3. Sweeper, sweeper, sweeper. Just on point throughout the first 3 innings of this game. Then in the 4th inning, falters a little bit there, gets a full count to Ref Snyder. He walks him, unfortunately, on a 3-2 count. Bad call. He got him on the outside corner. It wasn't called that way, but anyway, he ended up walking him. Duran goes up there to the plate. He strikes out on the sweeper. Then they get the 6-4 fielder's choice, and then Story grounds out to third base to get out of that jam. The leadoff walk, that is. 4th inning. So he gets out of that. You're thinking, all right, that could have been it. Because I don't know if you're like me, but at this point with Jesus Luzardo, I'm just going, all right, just please avoid the blow-up inning. I thought that 4th inning was going to be the blow-up inning. The 4th inning was not the blow-up inning after the leadoff walk. He settled things down after that. 5th inning, okay. Leadoff double to Yoshida. All right, I don't like it, but it's a hit. You know what I mean? It's first hit of the game. No problem, right? No problem whatsoever. Rafaela steps up there. He walks on 4 pitches. Now I'm getting uncomfortable. Runners on first and second with nobody out. He gets Abreu to strike out on 3 pitches, all sweepers. I'm like, okay, trending in the right direction again. Narvaez then pops out to shallow left field to Trey Turner. Okay, I like this. This is going in the right direction. Then Meyer walks on a 3-2 pitch. He misses. Bases loaded, 2 outs now. Don't like this. They have a bit of a mound conference here. Ref Snyder steps up there, and they walk Ref Snyder on 5 pitches. I believe it was a 2-0 pitch that he popped up in foul territory with the bases loaded. This is out number 3. You're out of the jam. You're out of the inning. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 5-0 lead. Let's go to the 6th. Or bottom of the 5th. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th. JT Realmuto, heralded as the best catcher in baseball by many, especially on the defensive side of things. Really only on the defensive side of things. Jumps up out of his crouch, looks up into the air, runs towards the Phillies dugout as if that's where the ball was headed. It was not. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, did the cameraman not get it falling into the stands? What just happened here? And then you just hear wait, what was that? That didn't sound like somebody tried to catch it in the stands. That sounded like it fell in fair territory. Sure enough, they finally get the right angle of it. Oh, JT Realmuto essentially would have had to stand behind home plate, drift out of the circle there into the grass, and make the catch. And that would have been that. Or Jesus Luzardo sees it, comes in, makes a little bit of maybe a running grab, but he could have been there. Not his job, not blaming him. But I'm saying I think he's the only one that knew where the ball was. He's pointing to it. And JT Realmuto, you could see the frustration in his face. One, because he messed up. He should have had that. He lost it, didn't know where the ball was. Nobody else came in to make a play. Edmundo Sosa at third base, I don't think is getting there either. It was just a completely messed up situation, I'll say. Look on his face was obviously disappointment in himself. I think the look also on his face was, my pitcher has totally lost his arm slot. That was the gift that we decided to say, no, thanks, we're good. After that, they go on to walk Rob Refsnyder. That walks in a run. It's 5-1. They walk in Duran on 4 pitches. That walks in another run. It's a 5-2 ball game. Then Gonzalez steps up to the plate, and he gets he goes 0-2. Excuse me, he goes and gets the meatball. Actually, no, it was a change up down to the zone. Credit to him. Went down and got it and put it over the fence there in left center field for a grand salami of a home run. It goes from a 5-0 lead in that game, in that inning, to a 6-5 deficit, a 1-run deficit in favor of the Boston Red Sox. Luzardo was allowed to stay in the inning. He ends up getting Story to ground out to third, and that was that. Luzardo's done after that. Before that, cruising, crushing, amazing. And then just another blow-up inning for Jesus Luzardo. So maybe we just don't let Luzardo pitch beyond 3 innings anymore. Maybe that's just it. Maybe don't let him see a lineup a second, third time. Maybe we don't let him see that. Maybe don't let him go through a second time, and then we might be in a better world. But just totally lost it. There was a great opportunity there to get out of it, and they blew it. Jesus Luzardo. And look, am I mad that JT Realmuto lost it? Sure. But I'm kind of more mad at 4 walks in an inning. 6 runs on 2 hits in that 5th inning. Kind of more mad at that. Don't like that. Don't like that a little bit. So Jesus Luzardo, for negative reasons, player of the game. Positive reasons, I will say Bryson Stott, congratulations to him having his second child, his first son. That's a beautiful thing. The home run tonight, the double tonight. Just look, I want to see him do well. Like, Bryson Stott still has so much potential, but it just had we're talking 2 months plus now where he hasn't been able to put anything good together. 2 months plus now. It's been awful. I've talked many times. You look him in the field, you go, man, that guy's a Gold Glove caliber second baseman. He's amazing. You look at his approach, you go, oh, this guy is top of the order type of approach. This is great. Oh, he's hitting 220? Oh, maybe not. Like, everything looks good except for the production, and that's what matters most. So good to see him have such a great night tonight. Congratulations to him for personal reasons, obviously, and also professional reasons. You hope that it's something special so that he breaks out of it. I'm still rooting for this guy to break out of it. I just don't have a lot of confidence that he will. It's more than just 2 months. You even go back to last year. I know he had a hot start, then went in the leadoff spot, then couldn't find a swing. Still can't find a swing. Hopefully tonight he found a swing. So I guess my advice to him is don't go to bed until 3:30 in the morning. And I hope you have 12 kids, man. It's whatever helps. It's a beautiful thing, though. Congrats. Nothing like father. Anyway, and then JT Realmuto gets an opportunity to redeem himself against Aroldis Chapman. And I want to fast forward to this now because this was a bit of a turning point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Yeah, I know the game went 11 innings. I don't care. The game was lost in that inning. I know they tied it. They fought. That's great. Yeah, 6-run inning kind of blows the game for you. So anyway, I want to jump to this because this was fascinating. Aroldis Chapman is pitching in this game. He comes into the game for the Red Sox tonight. Aroldis Chapman getting up there in age a little bit. Okay, getting up there in age a little bit. the Red Sox decide to go to a 37 Aroldis Chapman to face the Phillies in the 8th inning. Or excuse me, in the 7th inning, he comes on in relief for Hicks. Now, a couple of things here in the 7th inning. It's still a one-run ball game. Edmundo Sosa steps up to the plate. Hicks, who has been terrible, especially in this series against the Phillies, he goes in there, and Edmundo Sosa swings to the first pitch. Again, I don't like to be the first pitch police, but this is a situation where a relief pitcher has been terrible. Maybe just see how he's going to throw out there, because he might, again, be terrible. Now Edmundo Sosa goes up there swinging hard. He grounds out to short. Then Bryson Stott, unfortunately, hits one hard, but lines out to center field. Trey Turner gets a 2-out double. He goes from an 0-2 count to a 3-2 count. But I believe it was an 8-pitch at bat. And he gets the double off the angle there in foul territory in shallow right field. Take second base on that. You got a runner in scoring position in a 1-out ball game. Hicks goes out. Chapman comes in. Schwarber gets an opportunity. Unfortunately, he flies out to second base, shallow right field. So Aroldis Chapman sits down. I'm like, that's probably going to be it for Aroldis Chapman. 37 years old. Probably not going to have him do an up-down, right? Sure enough, they have him come back out. So I'm like, this is interesting. After the Phillies are able to shut it down in the 6th inning, Orion Kirkering, good hustle to him. He gets gives up a single, a 2-out single to Rafaela, then gets out of that. But bottom of the 8th inning, Chapman is pitching again. And the wheels start to turn in my own head. And I go, wait a minute. This guy can't have too many up-downs throughout a season, right? And sure enough, tonight was the first night he was asked to get 4 outs in his last 72 appearances. Okay? That goes back to last year. Calendar-wise, it's been over a year since he's been asked to get 4 outs in a ball game. A little over a year ago, he got 6 outs in a ball game. I think that was with the Pirates. And now he was asked to do it tonight. So what does he do? He gets the out there in the 7th inning on Kyle Schwarber. Then in the 8th inning, gets Harper to fly out to left field, gets Castellanos to fly out to right field. And then JT Realmuto steps up to the plate and cranks one to deep center field, a 2-1 sinker up in the zone. And JT tried to make up for what happened in that 5th inning by not seeing the foul ball, and he ties the game at 6. Now, it had been 72 appearances since Aroldis Chapman got 4 outs. And JT Realmuto made the Red Sox pay for it, made Cora pay for it by leaving him out there. He eventually got out of that inning, despite the fact that he blew the save, if you will. 6-6 ball game after that 8th inning. Phillies had a little bit magic left in the bottom of the 10th inning with Schwarber going up there with the RBI single to tie things at 7. And then in the 11th inning, Seth Johnson came on in relief. In case you forget where Seth Johnson came from, he came from the Orioles organization, by the way. And I believe it was the Gregory Soto trade where they got Chase. Yeah, Moises Chase and Seth Johnson. Seth Johnson's pitching in the 11th inning. I don't feel good about it. And Narvaez, is, of all people. Narvaez gave the Phillies 2 runs in this series. He got both of them back on one swing of the bat in the 11th inning, a 2-run home run that broke the 7-7 tie, made it a 9-7 ball game. Phillies muster 1 run at the bottom of the 11th inning on the Johan Rojas RBI single to left field. He came on in to play center field in the 9th inning, so he stepped up to the plate there in the 11th as his turn came around, and that was that. Now, there's one question I do have here. So in the 10th inning, Kyle Schwarber's at the plate. He gets the single, so he's on first base now. You got Bryce Harper coming up next. Then you got Nick Castellanos. Harper, unfortunately, chases an awful pitch, high and wide. He chases it 2-2 fastball away from Wessier, and that was that. Castellanos steps to the plate. He's got 1 strike on him. Now, why is that important? With 1 strike, I think it was a 1-1 pitch, Weston Wilson, who pinch ran for Kyle Schwarber. Now, I'm not about to argue what many argue, that, Kyle Schwarber's a lot faster than people give him credit for. I think he's not necessarily fleet of foot, but I don't believe he is slow by any means. But the point I'm making is, I don't think Weston Wilson is all that much faster than Kyle Schwarber. But yet, Weston Wilson not only pinch runs for Kyle Schwarber, Weston Wilson tries to steal second base. Now, why is it important what the count was? Because I could almost get, with a runner not in scoring position and Nick Castellanos, old strike 3 himself, chasing the stuff away, I could imagine where you want to reset the count and maybe get a guy in scoring position in the next inning with Nick Castellanos. I could almost see that. But being that that wasn't the case, it remains stupid that Weston Wilson tried to steal the bag in this particular instance. Don't like it one bit. Don't know what the hell he was doing. I'm looking at social media to see whether or not Rob Thompson was asked about whether or not he was set or he went on his own. If he went on his own, it's a quick trip back. It's a quick trip back to Lehigh Valley, Weston Wilson. Weston Wilson goes. Weston Wilson's thrown out. Bing, bang, boom. They're out of that inning, unfortunately. No more runs. And then the Phillies, of course, can't muster enough in the 11th inning, Seth Johnson included. Fastball up in the zone was the 2-run home run, the kill shot, essentially. And they drop the game, and they drop a spot in the standings as well. Very, very frustrating game.
This is what you'll be talking about.
As far as what you'll be talking about tomorrow, the fact that the Phillies hit 5 home runs in this game and lost. You'll be talking about the fact that the Phillies were up 5-0, and Jesus Luzardo said, oh, wait a minute, whoa, I'm not this good. 5 runs. That's what I think you'll be talking about tomorrow. That's what we get into. Oh, and the day off. So we'll have 2 days to talk about this leading into a 3-game series at Yankee Stadium with the Yankees, obviously. By the way, Friday night's game, as fate would have it, is on Apple TV. So if you don't have Apple TV, congratulations. Anyway, I'm not very happy about this. I'll get your comments. I know there's a lot of them. We'll get to that when we return. This is also go through the box score and all the pitchers that went out there. Literally all the pitchers went out there, including Jordan Romano, who had himself a nice inning again. I give him credit for that. We'll be back in a second. This is Locked On Phillies Postcast. And now's the time where I got to tell you about Monarch Money. You guys enjoying Monarch Money? I really hope you're enjoying Monarch Money because Monarch Money is fantastic. Monarch Money. Let's say you're saving for a car. Let's say you got young kids like yours truly, and you want to save for college. Monarch Money can help you do all that because, sometimes you wish that managing your money was a lot easier. Well, with Monarch Money, it is easier. Whether you're growing your savings or your personal, or maybe you're planning for that big purchase, Monarch puts you in the driver's seat. It's like having your own personal CFO. It's like giving you full responsibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money is more than just a budgeting app, though. It's so much more. It's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place. So in addition to managing your money, you're also building your wealth. That's what it's all about. Making that money, growing that money. And Monarch Money helps you do that. So take control of your finances with Monarch Money and use promo code LOCKEDONMLB. That's promo code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com. Promo code LOCKEDONMLB for half off your first year at monarchmoney.com. And before I get into the old chat check, let's take a look at the Phillies box score today. Trey Turner got to 2 hits. Kyle Schwarber got to 2 hits, including, by the way, he was one of the 5 home runs. His 34th Schwarbomb from the Schwarbarian this season came into tonight on pace to hit 53 home runs this season. That'd be something. The most home runs in the season since Ryan Howard hit 58, which was a fun year. So that was good. JT Realmuto had 2 hits for you tonight, including the home run. Casty got you a home run tonight. Harper got you a home run tonight. Just want to mention it one more time. Weston Wilson caught stealing. Bryson Stott had 2 hits tonight. That was great. 2 extra base hits as well. First time he's done that in a very, very, very long time. That's nice. And Johan Rojas in his 1 at-bat today roped one to left field for an RBI single. As for all the pitchers that ever existed, they pitched in this game today for your Phillies. Jesus Luzardo, again, the blow-up inning. Just 2 hits allowed. 5 walks in total. 6 runs, 7 strikeouts. Good Lord, man. 88 pitches through those 5 innings. That was let's see if I did. I think I recorded it. I think I got it. Hold on. I got it. 39-pitch 5th inning. Holy Stromboli, sir. Jordan Romano pitched the 6th inning, 2 strikeouts, 12 pitches. Beautiful. Deborah's sleeping wonderful tonight. Daniel Robert won 1/3 of an inning. Tanner Banks, good hustle to you. Got out of that. Orion Kerkering, good hustle to you. Matt Strom, good hustle to you. Max Lazar. He gave up an RBI double, unfortunately, after getting his first win in the first game of this series, thanks in large part to that catcher's interference. Lazar has pitched more than 1 inning before. Maybe it was the matchups. I don't know, but I don't want to see Seth Johnson anytime soon. Tell you that much. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way that one worked out. All right, I know you guys got plenty to say about this one, so let's get to your takes, all of them on this one. Joseph Grillo, that was early. My man, Schwarber with a Schwarbomb. Harper bomb. Nicky Nipples. Nicky Nips, I think we had. Strike 3, just a bit outside. Perfect through 3. Spoke too soon. Evelyn was wrong with Luzardo. Completely fell apart in the 5th. Why can't it ever be easy, says Seabrook 9. I was even thinking when he was going to lose it. I was the same way. I think somebody mentioned this in the chat last night. Just a matter of time, or not last night. The last start Luzardo had, where he had the bad 5th inning, couldn't get out of the 5th inning. That's the way that one went. Jerry Von Skyver, hello. The bullpen is rested. Why the hell is Daniel Robert pitching the 7th inning? I don't know. I had the same thought. What is he doing in this scenario? Look, I told you that I'm not doing cartwheels, that David Robertson is going to be joining you in August. I'm not doing cartwheels over it, but I know he's better than a lot of the guys you already got. I don't fault you. I don't fault Dave Dombrowski for saying, it's probably better than what we got. That's just how Dave Dombrowski sounds in my head. Anyway, I hate this team sometimes, says Morgan Landy. Evelyn, how you doing, Evelyn? What is wrong with Luzardo? I know, right? JT Redemption. Anyone else? I did notice Stott's new walk-up song because it's one of the few walk-up songs that I really go, all right, here we go. Let's get something going here. And that's just because of the great memory against the Marlins. That's not even because of anything he's done recently until today, of course. The other walk-up song that does hit me is Max Kepler. I'm serious. I forget the name of the song, but all I can think of is The Wedding Singer when his ex-fiance shows up and he's like, take off the T-shirt or you're going to jinx Van Halen and they're going to break up. That's what I think of. Anyway, that's my idiot brain. John, Luzardo cannot pitch out of the stretch. Plus, I think the entire tipped pitch issue has him completely lost. He needs a shrink. Maybe, but you're talking about 3 innings, no base runners, a walk in the 4th inning, doesn't give up a hit until the 5th inning when he gave up the double, and then 4 walks in the inning. 4 walks in the inning. Yeah, and the grand slam. Good Lord, man. Oh, boy. Joel Evers, this is a statement. I trust Taijuan Walker more than Jesus Luzardo at this point. Yeah, kind of approaching that with you. At least they know that Taijuan Walker can't pitch more than 4 innings. Just get him out of there. Just quit while you're ahead. Tommy Shrove, what's up? Luzardo needs a shorter leash, and Topper needs to actually be a coach and pull his pitcher after 4 to 6 walks. Right? Oh, you put it 100% on Topper. How about that? I don't like Rob Thompson, but I don't put 100% on him, unfortunately. I will say, oh gosh, who was it? It might have been Walker. I can't remember the game, but it did flash through my brain during that 5th inning. Oh, it was Mick Abel. It was like, okay, at what point he's waving the cones in front of you. He's waving the torches in front of you. Be like, I'm done. Hello, over here, I'm cooked. This 5th inning reminded me of that awful 2nd inning that Mick Abel had, I think, in his last start in the majors. I was like, yeah, get the hook out here, man. How many, like, you had the mound conference with Ref Snyder. You had the mound conference with 2 outs in the inning. You had the mound conference. So you bought time, knowing that Luzardo has blown up in the past. He already walked a guy on 2 pitches. He already gave up a double. He got the strikeout on 3 pitches, so maybe think, okay, he's just settled down. Got the walk, or excuse me, got the ground out to short. Then he walked Meyer. Then you have the mound conference. At this point, somebody's throwing. Then he walks Ref Snyder loads the bases. You know, the bases were loaded. Continues base. Walks Duran. By the time he walks Duran, you mean to tell me you got nobody else in the bullpen that's going to come in and face Gonzalez? Seriously, Topper? I will say that's on him. But good Lord. A dropped foul ball, 4 walks by the pitcher. He should never been allowed to have the 4th walk, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's where I'll go. Joseph Grillo. Topper, please quit. Obviously, no one will fire you. No, this game sucked. Yeah, I wish this – I mean, This game had so much potential to be awesome in so many ways. One, a blowout, comfortable 5-0. Maybe the bullpen gives up a run or two. Maybe Luzardo only gives up one run in the inning, whatever. And then had the chances there to be an incredible win in extra innings, and obviously it was not. Mark C. Hello, Mark C. Hi, Mark. It's too bad Luzardo can't sustain his great start. 6 runs out of nowhere. So bizarre, right? Philly fan 07 can't believe Luzardo blew a 5-run lead. Neither can I. Jerry Von Skyver will be interested to see how we bounce back. Need to. Mets are starting to build steam. Low bet with that sweep. Bandman 100. Our regular relievers were also very good. They were. I'm not mad at the regular bullpen guys. They did their job. It's more so the guys that David Robertson is to be taking the place of I'm mad at. Brandon, what's up? That was one of the most disappointing losses of the season. Absolutely. Johnster. Oh, and I'm done with Wilson too. He's a career minor leaguer. Yes, I concur. Yeah, not looking forward to Taijuan Walker starting at Yankee Stadium. Yeah, I don't want to build up Taijuan Walker, but I really don't trust Jesus Luzardo right now. That's for damn sure. Chips and Cellos? That's a badass name. Slap at a base. This team, face palm. I concur. John Messina, when is dumb GM going to fix the bullpen? Well, he's got his work cut out for him because it is going to take more than David Robertson. Tomorrow we'll be talking about Luzardo sucking. There you go. Anthony, we'll be talking about that they are a nice bunch of guys, but might just not have the consistency needed to go the distance. Yeah. In other words, pretty much what we've been expecting. Oh, no, stop it. Please don't tell me he said that in the post-game press conference. He threw the ball well. He did for 5 innings. And then everyone's eyes started to bleed. Oh, boy, Matt Forsater, what's up? By the end of the season, the rotation will be Wheeler, Sanchez, Walker, Abel, and Nola. Holy pots and pans. We took a hit there. Oh, Rob Mars, a Mets fan here. Just who I want to hear from. First place again. Yay. You all are as bad as us. There we go. Look at us getting along, being terrible at baseball. This is fun. Oh, here we go. WW32. If Nola comes up strong, that is, I think it'll take some time for him to work up. I hope. I don't think anyone's anyone is anticipating. I'd love to say you're going to get him back strong and all that, but I'm not going to believe it till I see it. I'm not going to believe it till I see it. And I'm one of the bigger Nola fans out there. Well, one of the few remaining. Tommy Shrove, Chapman had a 4-out interview for the Phillies. That is funny. I like that. Hopefully he did. Wouldn't mind him being here in Philadelphia. Still got some nasty stuff. Phillies do have an off day because, quite frankly, we've earned it. Thank you very much. They do win the series, but we knew that going into tonight. So they snapped their 3-game series skid, unfortunately. Phillies are going to be back at it against those damn Yankees coming up for a weekend series again. It's going to be an Apple TV start time, so I know you're all excited for that one. 7:10 in New York tomorrow night. We all look forward to that. 7:05, Miss Guzzi. As far as the pitching matchups for this one, we mentioned Taijuan Walker. He'll get the start. It'll be Walker, Warren, Suarez, Stroman, Wheeler, Rodon. So there you go. 7:05 tomorrow night, 1:05 Saturday, 1:35 Sunday. So that's where you can enjoy all your Phillies baseball. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening again. My name is Mark Farzetta. Great having you guys along for the ride, despite the content to talk about, that is. Connor Thomas has you covered each and every day for your Locked On Phillies daily podcast. I got you covered each and every day for your Locked On Phillies postcast. You guys can also catch me 5 days a week with Locked On 76ers. Keith Pompey and I talk Sixers 30 minutes every day, 5 days a week for your 10-9-8 76ers. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Oh, and tomorrow, by the way, Locked On Eagles Squad podcast live noon tomorrow. Looking forward to it. See you guys then. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. My name is Mark Farzetta. See you tomorrow night.